All right, you're with the Canary in the Cage podcast. We are here on somewhat of a boring week, it looks like.
Yeah, slow news week. Maybe we should just skip. Let's just.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't even do a show. I'm Ron Morgan, my co-host.
Dave Havlicek.
And guess what, people? Dave has an announcement to make.
Yes, big announcement before we get started. We are hosting the first ever and possibly annual, we'll see, Harvest Time Canary in the Cage barbecue and pool party. It's going to be on Saturday, September 21st. We have a website up for it, so it's going to be thecanaryinthecage.com/bbq. So head over there for the details. You're going to have to RSVP. Spaces are limited. And there is a trick. So if you want to come, you have to bring something that you either made yourself or you traded without using dollars. So, for example, maybe Ron might bring his tomato garden in the form of pico de gallo or something like that. We might have Mike bring some mushrooms. If any of you guys are hunters, kill a deer, whatever. Bring some deer meat. If you don't have a garden or anything, like go on. We talked about moneromarket.io. There's also XMR Bazaar now, which is Doug Tuman's website. He had me on his Monero podcast at the Libertarian Convention. You can buy stuff there. Also, there's Monezon, Monezon. And with that, you could actually buy things from Amazon using Monero. So you can also check out your local farmers markets. Like, you ask if they take any crypto, silver, if you want to barter. Be creative, right? And it doesn't have to be food. So let's say you made a board game, right? And you want to bring your board game and show it off.
Oh, that'll be fun.
You can do that. Go to the website, thecanaryinthecage.com/bbq, and then you can RSVP with me, and I will hook you up with the details.
So if you're short on Monero, we can always you can always win some here sometimes when we do a Monero giveaway.
That's true, and the first person to RSVP is going to get the Monero giveaway this week.
Oh, look at that.
First person to RSVP.
All right, so let's get into this show, I guess. So, Dave, I'm a little confused about the shooting on Saturday.
Yeah, why?
Well, so the director Cheeto, I call her Cheeto because I think that was her job before she was the head of the Secret Service.
She was Trump?
No. She guarded Cheetos. Well, does Pepsi make Cheetos?
I have no idea.
She worked for Pepsi as a security guard, or head of security, or I don't know. So she guarded. I was going to say she guarded Cheetos.
Obviously qualified.
Yeah.
Well, she was guarding Mr. Cheeto on Saturday and
did not do a good job at all. So she made the comment that the slope of the roof, first of all,
it was dangerous. It was dangerous.
It's a fucking pitch of a roof. Just get your damn terminology straight, so we understand what's going on. Yeah, it was too steep of a pitch to put a guy up there. Or she said she was worried about an OSHA violation.
Well, did you happen to notice the counter sniper team?
True, but my concern was, if she was worried about an OSHA violation, wouldn't the FBI get fined? Well, they had an asset up there. Oh!
Yeah.
Okay, I am going JFK on this, guys.
So I'm not on board with that. But
you will be by the end of the show.
But this is really fucked up. Like, it's very, like, on the day of, I was like, yeah, you can explain that with incompetence. But the more info that comes out, like, what the fuck? And actually, before you go into your thing, I know I talked about this with you and some of the other people in the Libertarian group, but I didn't talk about it on the show for a good reason, and you're about to find out.
Ooh.
When I was at the Libertarian Convention and Trump spoke, I was thinking to myself, I could fucking kill this guy. Like, if I
no, he is joking. We are not.
If I wanted to,
right. Okay.
The security here is so fucking bad that someone could easily do this. And I mentioned it to Brandon, Travis, and a couple of and they were like, yeah, like, because I would explain the details.
Yeah.
And like,
you did not have a plan, did you?
No.
Okay.
I mean, so like, I'll give you an example. They had metal detectors going in, and then they did a pat down, but they didn't check your ankles.
But that's the Vegas search.
We talked about that before. Yeah,
right. That's the Vegas experience.
So guess what? If you had 3D printed a polymer gun and they didn't check your ankles, you just got a gun through. And another thing, I had a little vitamin capsule thing with me, and they had you like empty your pockets before you went through the metal detector. Yeah. And you put everything on the desk, and they just looked at it, and they were supposed to go through purses and bags and all that, and they were kind of like doing that. But I noticed nobody looked inside my little vitamin thing.
So what could you have had in there?
Bullets, which would have set off the metal detector, which can now go in the polymer gun that's in your ankle that they didn't check. The other thing is, you could have gone the day before and heard Vivek speak and our vice presidential candidates, and there was no security at all. So you could have just put a gun under the toilet.
Like the guy did in the music show here in Vegas.
Yeah.
He snuck in before and buried a couple bottles of vodka. Now, he wanted a different outcome.
But the security was just so... And like...
Dude, there's so many fucked up stuff about that.
I bet you if you go back and look at the older Trump rallies... You'll notice that they don't have snipers on every roof. They have unguarded... Like, I guarantee you. And it was only a matter of time before someone figured this out.
Well, he did have the C or D or E team.
Yes, that's another thing, yes.
Because Dr. Jill Biden... Doctor. I love how I say that. Doctor. She's a brain surgeon.
There you go.
or whatever. Maybe she can fix her husband. She's actually not a doctor. It is an honorary degree. She had an event in... Pittsburgh, and she got the A team.
Right. Well, she got the B team. Trump normally gets the B team because he's a former president.
Yeah.
And then now she got the B team, so he was demoted to the C team.
And then the Jackal Harris, she had an event in Philadelphia as well.
Yeah.
So they split the Secret Service that way too.
Right.
I did like the female, the DI hire. Or DEI hire.
God, that was embarrassing.
Who could not even get her gun back in her holster. She's like trying to shove the gun by her badge.
What is going on? I did kind of like feel like, well, maybe I kind of like this because I like the idea of being able to beat up a Secret Service agent. Right? Like, yeah, I can take her. I mentioned on the show after the Libertarian thing that like some of these guys were out of shape. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like, this is absurd.
That's now changed because now. Kennedy's got a good team.
Why would Kennedy want it?
I know. Exactly.
Like, what? They're going to kill him.
It would be great if he could defuse it. But even Putin came out and said, "That's why I picked my own security team."
Yeah.
Really? But no. Now they're giving Trump the SWAT team.
No, dude, Trump should get private security. He's a billionaire.
He probably should get private security. I mean, there were some colossal fuck ups, and the problem is the news is flowing like mud. Did you see
the first reports?
Oh, what was that?
Oh, God. Loud noises at Trump rally.
Holy shit, the fucking media
Trump fell down. So what the fuck?
I was out and about on Saturday afternoon, and I was driving. My wife goes, yeah, something happened at the Trump rally. It sounded like there was some popping noises, and the Secret Service overreacted. What are you talking about?
God.
She's kind of scrolling through this, and then... She's like, yeah, there were some loud noises, and they got him off stage. They kept saying different stuff, and then it's like, all of a sudden they're like, well, when he ducked down, he had blood on his face. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, and then I got home and I started looking. I went off media and went to the real sites. X is one of them, and I started realizing that holy shit, he was fucking shot.
Yeah. So like on the first day, we didn't have a whole lot of info, and it seemed like. The kid just was like able to sneak through something, and the counter snipers they got him right away. Which kudos to them. Well, it was within 3 seconds.
He delayed, and the reason he delayed is the state police were supposed to be on that roof, but they declined.
So there's actually a couple different things. So I don't know that those specific counter snipers saw the kid. Like we know somebody saw the kid.
Well, right? So actually, So the chief of police of that town did an interview today, which was on X. It was on Jesus Christ. What's the thing they just banned? The program. I just lost it in my head.
I have no idea.
The Chinese owned social media network.
Not
Alibaba. That's the Amazon.
Yeah. That's
The thing they just...
TikTok.
TikTok. Holy Jesus. I'm so freaked out. It was TikTok. And the interviewer kept asking him questions that went on forever.
Yeah.
And she's like giving him the answer. But basically, what I don't like about that interview was he's like, well, yeah, people were reporting him up there. So 2 of my officers couldn't find a ladder to get up there. So one stood on the other one and pulled himself up. And the guy pointed the gun at the officer. Yeah. So he jumped down.
Right.
But he won't say what time that happened.
Right.
That could have happened 30 seconds before the shooting or 5 minutes before the shooting.
Right.
This douchebag was walking around 26 minutes. But again, he's not the shooter, so why do we care?
I don't see. I'm not going to. I don't buy that.
We're getting there. No, first of all.
Well, hold on. Before we get to that, so Secret Service is not allowed to shoot first.
No, that's actually a misnomer. That got corrected. They can, if they feel that the life of somebody is in jeopardy.
Well, yeah, okay,
they can shoot.
But so from what I understand, the guys on the roof with the actual sniper rifles, they were not in the full loop here, right? So they might have seen him, but they weren't able to tell, is this guy a friendly or not?
Right.
So like they obviously would not shoot.
Right.
Right. And they would say, hey, go scope that out. What's that guy
I'm
doing
not
there?
blaming those guys. I mean, first of all, they don't, because it wasn't all Secret Service. There was state police there, there was county, and there was local police. So I'm not blaming the guys.
But the other thing is, right? Like, okay, you're not allowed to shoot him. Why is Trump on the stage? You see a guy with a gun.
So 26 minutes passed from the time first of all, 3 hours before the event, this guy's walking around with a scope finder.
Yeah, right.
Or whatever that's, rangefinder. And then he came back, and for 26 minutes, he's walking around, using the rangefinder.
Yeah.
And people are like, he's suspicious.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, they were following him and they lost him. So this is what I don't understand, because it's like there's so much incompetence. That's why this is an inside job. This was the Democrats going after him. Even the timing of it, right before the convention.
Yeah.
They wanted to knock him out. He had no VP pick yet.
Did you see that that somebody shorted Trump's DJT stock, whatever it is?
Really?
Like a week before, like massive. Like it's not like.
We should really look into that one.
Yeah. So it's not like it was part of a pattern, right? This just came out of nowhere.
I mean, this kid, you can't. Okay, first of all, I am JFK in this. I am. Because, one, this kid shot, I believe, 5 rounds. I'm going to get into that in a few minutes, too.
Okay.
He shoots 5 rounds, and the 4 went wild.
Yeah.
Shot a guy up, and, well, I'm going to get into that in a second. Just they went wild. Shot a guy up like 6, 7 rows up. Shot another guy somewhere else. They never showed us where the people that got shot were sitting. But they all went wild. And then he shoots 4 that went wild, and the 5th one is an ear hole shot? Bullshit.
No, the first one was the ear shot.
No.
Or the second one. It could have been the second one.
Okay. He obviously couldn't shoot, though. He's a horrible shooter.
Dude, okay, so that's not an easy shot. Okay, the distance...
No, that is an easy shot.
No.
I couldn't make it.
The distance is easy.
150.
However... you got a moving target, okay?
Ish. I mean, the head's
and
moving.
there's wind. There was wind.
Yeah, but at 150 feet, the wind does not matter.
Yes, it does.
Because the velocity.
No, it's not 150 feet. It's 150 yards.
150 yards.
The wind absolutely matters.
No, not that.
Yes,
distance.
it does.
We'll have to disagree on that one.
Okay, but it absolutely does matter.
No, I've talked to enough people. They're like, the wind does not matter till around 250 yards. That's when you got to calculate the wind, because the velocity of the bullet will overcome any wind.
No.
That's
not a 5.56.
I'm sticking with that one.
Not a 5. And
I was 223 though.
What's the same? Is roughly the same thing.
Right, with different load of gunpowder.
Right. Well, 5.56 has more.
Okay. Well, and that's the other problem. I don't even know if it was an AR-15.
No, it wasn't an AR-15. The one thing I don't know is if it was. It could have been a 22 LR. And there, the wind would definitely matter.
Okay, 22, that's different. But if I heard 223, that's kind of what I'm going off of.
I'm pretty sure it's a 223 or 5.56 because a 22 LR probably wouldn't have been able to kill the firefighter guy.
Right.
At that distance.
Well, and that's the problem. How about this? Show me the stands. Show me where the person that was shot. That there was 3 people shot?
Yeah, well, 3 plus Trump. 4
Right, so 4 people. Show me where they were sitting. Where they...
Well, I think the guy who died was in front of Trump.
From what? No. So okay, I don't know this because they're not releasing it. But what I saw was Trump was center stage, and to his right on the second row after the shooting started, a dude stood up and was like pointing at a guy. He goes, he started pointing to his head like a headshot. So I have to believe that guy was up like 6, 7 rows because they won't tell us.
Yeah. I don't
Show
know.
me the block because this is where the second shooter comes. This is where the second shooter becomes very important at, because I want to know what his because there are 3 areas the second shooter could have been. There was a set of bulletin boards that were 300 yards away, and it was 4 bulletin boards, not bulletin billboards, stacked on top of each other. So it was two here and 2 here, and they were V-shaped. That would have been a great sniper's nest.
Okay.
Then that was at. 370 yards. Then at 500 yards, there was a gymnasium that's closed on Saturdays. So that would have made a great shot because he had a great line of sight there. And then the water tower, which...
Well, we have video of the water tower, and that was clean.
What do you mean?
There's video of the water tower. It's clean.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Wait, do you see the video I got to show you?
Dude, I know which video you're talking about. It says potato quality with a mirage.
Because nobody was
there's nobody on that water tower in that video.
Okay, let's just jump to that right now. I'm going to show Dave a video. I know you guys can't see it, so check this out. Tell me this is, first of all.
Yeah, this is the video I've seen.
This could be a maintenance guy. This could be a painter.
Oh, there's nobody there.
No, bullshit. There's somebody there.
That's just a shadow.
Hold on. No. Wait, really?
Yes.
There it is. Hold on. So what I'm showing Dave is redacted news.
Yeah,
they had a story that came out today. That is not a shadow because he disappears.
Shadows disappear.
Not in and out like this numerous times. Well, how quick does the sun move in your world?
Dude, it's not just the sun. Like there's wind and.
So that's not a silhouette. But wait, hold on. This is zoomed in, so it's horrible quality. I get it. That red arrow points to that's a human being.
No.
I'm not saying it's a shooter.
No, it's
I'm
not.
saying it could be a maintenance guy or a painter.
It's not a person.
It's
just a shadow.
No way. And gone. It's gone. Wait, where'd it go? Oh, it's coming back again.
Yeah, this is camera artifacts.
No.
Dude, yes it is. Sorry, that video's it's bullshit.
Nope. I discounted the water tower initially because it's the wrong angle. But you have 10 witnesses that said shots came off that water tower.
Oh, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about?
I agree. So there's 10 witnesses. But they're the ones who came out and said that. But are we even hearing about that? Why are they not telling us this?
Well, who's they? I mean, like we can't even get the Secret Service to fucking talk to Congress. Like,
holy shit, Majorca they need to send the Sergeant of Arms and arrest that son of a bitch immediately. Majorca said the Director Cheeto doesn't have to testify. So that's the water tower location. I don't like that angle. Okay?
Yeah.
That's a weird angle from where, because this is the roof the guy was on.
Right.
But if you come over here, I gotta find the X in the street. Shit. I didn't think I was gonna go this deep into this, but so where are we at here? We are. Oh, the X is right here. So here is the gymnasium. There's the billboards are here. Where's the big ice cream cone at?
I mean, like, okay, right, if there was a second shooter, why is Trump still alive?
Oh, sorry. Here we go. Because he turned his head.
I understand, but the second shooter would be able to take the shot unimpeded and just keep shooting.
No, because he can't give. I mean, a good sniper, one shot, one and done.
No, dude. If the mission is to kill somebody and you nick him in the ear, you keep shooting.
But he was nicked and went down. So your job is done.
He had you were able to get off more than one shot before he went down. Absolutely.
But then he gives his position away. He gives away that it's a second
matter.
shooter. He can't be a second. There can't be a second shooter.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Of course there can.
No,
why can't there be?
Because then the whole theory falls apart. Then you
don't need a theory. You just need him dead.
Then it's the government cover-up. I mean, he was.
It doesn't matter.
He was dead.
Okay.
He turned his head. I mean, there's a slow motion video.
Yeah, I saw that.
Where they just So, but he turned his head. It was
right. So keep shooting.
But then you give your position away.
It doesn't matter.
Then people like me are going to go crazy because right now.
But it doesn't matter if he's dead. You win.
No, you can't have the second shooter.
Of course you can.
Then
what are you talking about?
Because then it goes into a definitely because right now
it doesn't go in anything. They just say, "Oh, they were two friends."
No, on the.
And by the way, like this kid, people are going nuts. Like, oh, they got into his phone and he had. No messages and no social media and blah. Like, dude,
that phone was fucking white.
No. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
You haven't been paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, yes, I have.
You haven't been paying attention to the Canary in the Cage podcast because we talk about how to cover your tracks,
right?
How to talk encrypted, how to go on the dark web. So you can't tell me that this is a big cover up when we're telling people how to cover their own tracks.
So the FBI, if they watch our podcast, they know how to wipe a phone properly.
Yeah, but if the kid watches our podcast, then he knows how to take care of himself.
Because there was a computer expert on, and he's like, I can recover data. Well, this was going back to old hard drives before it went to SD cards. He's like, I can recover data that was hard drive was on fire. He goes, it's easy to do. So he goes, the problem with this situation, it was wiped from more than likely his handler. Because it was wiped from a different direction. Like there's nothing on the cell phone. There's no cloud stuff. There's no nothing. There's no data on the cell phone anywhere. There's no connections.
So well, by the way, the kid had two cell phones. Did you know that? He had one cell phone that he brought with him,
Okay.
and that's the one that they're saying has nothing on it. And then he has another cell phone at home.
What, home?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very possibly an FBI handler gave him a phone.
I mean,
he had 2 phones. One was wiped completely clean,
I
not
have 2
traceable
phones.
at all.
I have 2 phones.
And could I break it? Well, I can't do it. Can I hire somebody to break into those phones and get data off of there?
No.
Oh, I bet I could.
No, you couldn't.
Really?
Well, actually, this one probably because it's an iPhone 8. But modern iPhones, you're not getting in there. I don't know what he had, but it wasn't an iPhone.
But you're not getting in there because Apple refuses to give out the master password.
No, there is no master password.
Well, you go back a couple of years ago, Apple refused to do it. So I had to assume there was one. I could be wrong. I'm not.
They refused because they have no way to do it.
Okay.
But yeah, so they can break into the iPhone 8, but like a 12.
What kind of phone did he have?
Huh?
What kind of phone?
See, I don't know. They're not telling us that.
Oh wait, we don't know.
No, they're not telling us. But I think he might have had an Android phone, which are relatively easy to break into for the FBI.
Right, and they got no data off it at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if you're chatting on Signal like we recommended that you do, and you use the disappearing messages, then there wouldn't be any data to get.
True, but the Signal app would be on there though, and they can
and they said they didn't say what app they found, but they said he did have encrypted messaging apps.
Okay. No, I've actually been kind of doing a deep dive on this because one, because of the podcast, and 2, I want to be able to prove a second shooter because there's no way that douchebag hit Trump in the ear.
Of course he did.
No way. But we'll see. We'll let the news come out. We won't know it. We won't hear it.
Yeah, it's just going to keep coming out, and it just keeps looking worse and worse for this Secret Service. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you people?
Service is back. So Dan Bongino today came out. He got a little preachy on his website today on his podcast, but he brought up a point that I don't believe, but he claims that he had heard, and he is retired Secret Service, so he has connections.
Right.
That the kid might have been there to do a mass shooting. And just saw because Dan Bongino claimed there was no ladder, even though I'm pretty sure I saw one in the video.
A ladder, yeah.
But he said he tried to buy one at Home Depot prior to showing up there, and he couldn't do it. Did he not have the money? Did the FBI credit card not have it? No, they said it was denied. I don't know. I mean, maybe the FBI didn't put enough money on the credit card.
I'm pretty sure he bought it.
Ladder, but he didn't carry it though, because there's no sign of him carrying the ladder.
But I don't know.
A ladder on a rural building. They all leave ladders propped up.
Well, so that's the other thing is why didn't that building have like security gates around it or anything?
So do you know what that building was?
It was like some.
That was the headquarters of the state police sniper team.
Oh yeah, they were inside of it. Yeah,
yes, they were. And this dude's stomping around on the roof like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Stupid.
No, there's just so. And if you look at they released the data of their area of protection. Yeah. And it looked like a Pac-Man. Yeah. It literally just removed that building from there. I mean, I'm not a sniper. I do shoot. By no means could I have made that shot or would I have attempted to make that shot, but I do believe it's an easy shot to someone who knows what they're doing. Where's the interviews with this guy at gun ranges? They've done that before.
He went to the gun range the week before or the day before?
Okay, so one time.
Well, the one time that we know.
Well, no, there's been other shooters they interviewed literally the gun.
Well, I don't think they've gone out and checked all that shit. Like they're still following up.
Really, the FBI.
Well, okay, that's what they should be doing.
Just as incompetent as the Secret Service.
Of course
at this point. There's like one interview with a kid who's he was nuts, he was crazy. Yeah. And they're like, well, he was a Republican. No, he was a Democrat. And I'm like, well, he wasn't Republican. Because he was conservative. Well,
apparently, his dad is a registered libertarian. Did you know?
Oh, that? I did not hear. Yeah. I heard liberal, but
his dad is a registered libertarian, and his mom is a Democrat.
But I think you missed what I said, though. If he was a conservative, he wouldn't have missed. Because we do practice.
Well, apparently, someone was saying he was just just anti-everything type of person. Like, I hate everyone.
Yeah. Well, they showed a video of him being bullied in school. Yeah. And somebody was messing around with his leg. It looked like playful. It looked like friends playing with each other. I did worse stuff to my friends, and we weren't bullying each other. And I'm like, well, that's not really bullying. That's just, maybe in Gen Z that is bullying. Yeah, well, yeah. I don't know. Maybe you touched me. I'm bullied now. Yeah. No, that dude did not make those shots. I can't believe he did. There was mass incompetence. But so what Bongino was saying was he showed up there to do a mass shooting. And then he realized, why did he on the river shoot Trump?
Bought one box of bullets.
But that's what. So that is confirmed. He only had one box of bullets.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, on The View, they were like, why didn't they call the cops when he bought 50 bullets? and I was thinking, I'm like, wait a minute, they're actually right. Because if you go to the gun store and you only buy one box of bullets, that's pretty suspicious. That's very suspicious.
Well, no, I believe it's in California now, which is weird. There's a state now that has vending machines that sell bullets.
Yeah, I think it was Oklahoma or Alabama, one of those southern states.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I for some reason I thought it was California, but I guess not.
No way.
I know, that's right. Well, no, I mean, you look at California, you've got the Bay Area, you got Southern California.
Yeah,
the rest of that shit is Kentucky.
They still got a bunch of the state rules, though.
Yeah, fucking Newsom. So yeah, no, I mean, I want to know. I mean, there's a lot of questions I have, and it's not coming out.
Well, I don't think you're going to ever come out. I mean, well, you know what I was thinking about, like going back to JFK. I wonder if you look at events that JFK went to before Dallas, like would you find these glaring security holes?
Well, no, and that's true, and that's kind of why, even with the Trump thing.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go back to his rallies he had prior to this.
I bet you they had glaring security. I mean, the LNC, like full of holes. I could give you a fucking piece of paper a mile long.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I mean, it's speculation, and I'm sure you were in the scope of a few people. Just you particular, not everybody else, just you. I'm sure you had some crosshairs on you. If not, they are complete failures. I don't know. I just, I'm glad he's not dead. I'm glad he did not get shot. I am a Trump fan at this point, and I have been since, one of that dude's Oliver Chase.
Yeah.
But well, that's the thing I wanted to say. The dude this guy shoots worse than Oliver Chase.
That's true.
I know. So you think Oliver Chase could have made that shot?
Well, so actually, Chase Oliver.
Chase Oliver, whatever. You don't have two fucking first names, dumbass.
No, I have to give him some props because the other day he said he wants to end the Fed. So like he's never. Well, no.
Has he said it prior to running for president though?
No.
Okay.
But that's one of my conditions to make me vote for him, and I said this on the show, right? So he's learning, right? He's learning.
No, you're not learning as you go. You need to go into that position with those views.
But
he's
but
pandering.
We have to reward when they say something nice.
The basic bitch is pandering. He's like, he Googled, what is a libertarian? Oh, shit, I don't meet these qualifications. Oh, I want to end the Fed. In the Fed, free Ross. In the Fed, free Ross.
Yeah, I don't care if he believes it or not, as long as the word's getting out there. That's what matters.
And that's true, because he's not getting elected anyway. Yeah. So I guess, okay, I'll give you that one. So Oliver Chase Oliver, whatever his name.
People with two first names, you don't trust those people. Never trust someone with two first names.
And vaxxed and boosted.
Yeah.
He's completely off trusting him. Yeah, I don't know. What is it? The Speaker of the House was being interviewed, and he's like, I'm demanding answers. But yet, he said nothing about Mayorkas saying, well, she's not going to testify.
Yeah.
Too bad. He said nothing about that. He's like, well, we'll make her come in. Oh, you will?
Okay.
Because Mayorkas has been you've been his bitch for, I don't know, since you took the speakership.
Well, they said they were going to subpoena her, so you never know.
Oh, but didn't they, who else did they subpoena? They subpoenaed, Mayorkas.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Did he show up?
No.
Oh, so he ignored the subpoena.
Right.
So he should have been...
Well, this one might get him fired. This one might get him fired up enough to arrest people. You never know.
They better get to work, and they better do a bunch of shit.
But speaking of shootings, Alec Baldwin. You see what happened there?
Yeah, he got released.
That was amazing, dude.
That's bullshit.
I think the Armorer is going to get released too.
Really?
Well, because her trial had the same problem, right? So what happened was it's called a Brady violation. So whenever the state wants to prosecute you, they have to give you or your lawyers all their evidence, right?
Like in the Trump case in New York, they turned over all the evidence.
Yes,
but they didn't. Okay, but go ahead. Sorry.
But I think it was day 2 of the trial, and their witness is testifying. And they're talking about some box of ammo that they delivered, whatever. And the defense lawyers wait a minute. We don't have any record of this. What are you talking about? So they put the trial on hold, like they do a sidebar or whatever. And it turns out that the prosecution just didn't tell them about it. So they got the whole case thrown out. And this is the same with the Armorer, right? Because she had the same evidence, that she was denied access to.
How about we check the prosecutor's bank account? No, I mean seriously. I mean this shit. I mean the cover-ups. This is getting out of control. I mean I want to believe we live in a good world in a perfect country, but we don't.
Okay, so if you're this was in New Mexico, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what they make in New Mexico, but to throw away your whole career, you're gonna need a pretty big fucking payday, right? Like it's not like you're at least making $200,000, right?
Sure.
And you could also be a judge one day, and you know. So, like, you're throwing your career away to make a big fuck up like this.
Well, how about the prosecutor in Georgia, the two in New York? I mean, the judge in New York.
Well, but they're not getting their shit thrown away. Well, they might now. They might now. That shit's coming down. Holy fuck. I mean,
I've already called that he's not a felon.
The documents case?
What happened there?
Dismissed.
Oh, yeah, in Georgia.
No. Florida.
Oh, yeah, that was because that's a conservative judge who was smart and realized you're planted evidence. You're not.
That's not why I got dismissed.
No, I know, but you're not a proper prosecutor. You weren't assigned by the Congress, so there's a lot going on there. That one I get. I mean, that one should have been thrown out. Well, but he still got the DC case too, though.
Which one is this?
That's the J6 one.
Oh, okay.
They got nothing on
that's
this.
That's not going to go anywhere.
Well, but it's a judge that hates Trump. It's a judge who has came out and said.
Yeah, but like. At this point, like, it's like he's Teflon Don. There's no fucking way. I mean, like, I don't understand how he's doing this myself.
Because
like he's dodging bullets, for Christ's sake.
He's literally dodging bullets. No, but I mean, it goes to show you, because we've talked about this before. I've been very vocal that they're trying to stop Trump no matter what. So I've talked about this, and they can't get him in court. Every court case they went after was bullshit. There was nothing there. They were trying to make hay out of shit. And they couldn't do it. So everything's been deleted, and he will not be a convicted felon. I guarantee it.
It's starting to look like they have to throw it out, especially because of what we talked about last week.
Right.
Where, like, the requirements for evidence to be in the trial.
But I'm way before that. What I said was, if the judge files that judgment, he is going to be held accountable civilly and legally.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
Well, now we're not going to find out because he's going to go.
Right.
Well, because of the Supreme Court ruling, I've got to drop all charges. But show me the judgment. Show me that. I can show you the judgment.
There is one thing that I'm starting to worry about. I think they might have gotten to Trump. Like, I think someone slipped him a message and said, "Next time we're not going to miss," because he picked JD Vance.
No, okay. We'll get into that in a second.
He's not as bad as I originally thought, but he's still.
Yeah, I saw your post on X on that one.
Where's Vivek, man? Come on.
No. Vivek he's earmarked for like another position.
But the other thing, he said, what's his name? The guy from Goldman Sachs. Fuck. I don't know the name. But he wants him to be the Treasury Secretary.
Okay.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Why would you do that?
Well, I would want to research the guy to see, because there are some.
He's a banker. What are you talking about? He's part of the swamp.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see what actually happens, because JD Vance is a great pick. I mean, you put a Marine and a hillbilly together, and this is what you get out.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
Oh, come on! I mean, he comes from my area. My family came from the same area his family came from.
Just not a fan. Like he's way too conservative. He's not. He's too into the wars.
No, he's not. He's against Ukraine. Like, no funding for Ukraine.
Israel, Iran.
Well, no. Okay, all I know, he's talking about China, but he also said if we go to war, we're going to strike first. We're going to strike hard.
Yeah, see, that's what this deep state wants.
No.
He's not assassination insurance. Okay.
They want long wars, is what the deep state wants.
But he's not assassination insurance.
Oh, I think he is.
They would much rather have Vance than Trump.
I don't know. I mean, this guy.
There's no way.
We'll see how this plays out. But I mean, Ukraine funding would be gone.
I don't even buy that. Like, okay, I think Trump would do that, but I don't think Vance would do it.
Oh, I think he would.
He would see the lights.
A Marine and a hillbilly.
He would see the light.
No,
dude. He would be so fucking controllable.
So you might be right, and I'll tell you why. I don't. You know who Bill Hicks is?
The comedian, right?
Yeah, he died in the 90s.
Yeah.
He had a joke, and it was basically, as every president comes into office, he gets called into a dark, smoky room.
Yeah.
And shown a different version of the JFK assassination.
Yeah.
And goes, are you going to listen to us or not? So yeah, he might be intimidated a bull. That I don't know yet. But I do like him, and I like his mammal. So I'm all good with that. No, I dig this guy. I was really high. I watched his speech last night. And I was happy. I didn't know much about the guy because I don't pay attention to Ohio senators.
Yeah.
But I dig him. I do. I think it was a good choice.
Ugh, no.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We just covered a whole bunch of shit. I expected that to take a lot longer than it did, but...
so Joe Biden has
he's
COVID.
out.
He has COVID. You know that?
Yeah, I saw that.
He said...
He got it here in Vegas.
Yes.
We gave him COVID.
And he was walking around in a restaurant with no mask on.
So, yeah. And I think
that restaurant's right near me.
Really?
Yeah.
But I think he's got another interview with Stephanopoulos.
Oh, God.
So my 30 days is up. So I was wrong. He's still on the ticket. He's still in the White House. But I think his days are numbered. Even Pelosi now is like, he's got to go. Schumer's he's got to go.
I think it was yesterday he said, if I'm diagnosed with a medical condition, maybe I'll drop out.
Well, I think it was that one that would prevent me from running.
Yeah.
And we know COVID's just a cold, so that wouldn't prevent him from running.
But COVID causes brain fog and blood.
Long COVID.
Yeah. He's got the long COVID, yeah.
But wait, isn't he vaxxed and boosted?
Yes.
How did he get COVID?
I don't know.
Well, that's really weird.
It's a different variant.
No, never, ever in the history of viruses has anybody ever gotten it twice until COVID.
But this is a convenient way for him to drop out and not be really sick, right? It's the COVID. I have the long COVID.
I mean, first of all, he is really sick. Now we all know it. I mean, the debate was a horrific event. He messed it up. But the thing was, he's been that way for 2 years, and the media's been covering for him. Fuck you, Clooney. 1 week he's good, 1 week he's bad, dude. You just you're an Epstein Island visitor, and they got you on the Lolita Express, and you're just doing what they say. Fuck Jack Black. I hope you never get a paying job again until McDonald's hires you and only makes you sweep and mop the floors.
Well, he can't even work at Home Depot.
What's that?
You didn't hear the Home Depot story?
No.
So there's this woman on Facebook saying she was sad that Trump was missed, and then, but at least we got his fans or something like that.
Yeah.
And she turned out to be a Home Depot worker, and libs of TikTok.
Yep.
Pointed her out and got her fired. There's
some senators and some House representatives that need to be censured, if not removed from office.
Oh, for sure.
There's been some really bad comments made, and guys, it's real simple. I don't care what political party you are. I don't care if you're Joe Biden. We're not shooting you. We don't. That's not our way of life anymore. So suck it up, people. If you don't like Trump, just deal with it. Yeah,
I kind of wanted to go over cancel culture because that's back in the zeitgeist here.
But are we canceling Jack Black though? Can we turn it around?
He's already been canceled.
Well, Australia kicked him out. They deported him. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
So the comment was made in Australia.
Yeah, I know that.
Lawmakers rushed back to their office and deported that son of a bitch.
Well, he didn't make it though. It was the other guy.
But he laughed.
Well, okay, yeah.
No. But so he, in a situation like that, if you make a comment that you don't agree with, and there's a lot of them, I will make a statement like, too far. I don't agree with that because I don't want to be tied to your bullshit, and as you don't want to be tied to mine. I'm just as bad, just in a different direction. Don't get me wrong. But that's why we do a podcast together, because we think differently.
Well, no, but so the whole cancel culture thing was really about. You are just minding your own business, and make this sign with your hands, or
I should have punched you, by the way.
You did.
No, you know that, right?
But you looked.
You should punch me. Holy shit! I messed it up. But go ahead.
Or you donated to Kyle Rittenhouse, or you were a kid with a MAGA hat and the guy was beating a drum in your face, right? All this shit. Or the kid at the football game, the Chiefs game, where you had the black and red
on half
paint.
Yeah.
That's cancel culture,
right?
That's you didn't actually do anything, but we're gonna swarm your workplace and pressure them into firing you and whatever. If you go around saying I want people to be murdered, that's not cancel culture. Right? How is that fucking cancel culture? You're a violent psychopath.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be working in customer service or anywhere.
Or breathing in the same air that I breathe.
I mean, all these libertarians and actually conservatives are saying this too. They're like, oh, we can't do what they did. Like, it's not what they did.
Right. No, and I agree with that. I actually agree with that 100%. This is a different situation. They tried, the government tried taking out a past president and a future president.
Regardless of the government or not, like, you can't glorify murder.
It was the government. Oh, dude, I know. So get back to Bongino. He's a very fact-based guy, and I dig that. I dig what he does. He will not say something unless he's got the evidence to prove it, and he's good about that. And if he says this is speculation, he will call that out first. And so he's an honest guy. He's going a little bit on the crazy side right now because there's a lot of conspiracy theories out. But I'm sorry, Dan, I'll never meet you. I hope not. But if you do, it'd be great. But you probably don't want to. But the reality is, it's our job to question everything. We cannot ignore the water tower. You're right. Maybe it was a shower. Maybe the sun was moving around that water tower like this, and it gave the appearance, even though the sun doesn't typically move like this.
Dude, it's the fucking phone resolution.
But whatever. So the point is we need to call out. I want to know how many bullets the guy had. I want to know, do you have one clip?
Yeah,
do you have
where are
two
the
clips?
shells? There's no shells.
Right.
No brass.
We need all this information.
And what did you see? The FBI was seen on the roof?
Washing it down?
Like, what are you doing?
Washing away evidence? That's weird. But yeah, well, I mean, they had to get the blood off. I mean, they didn't want the blood being on the rug.
Okay, but
they destroyed evidence, and they should be held accountable for that. But they're Democrat rule, and FBI does what they want. So no, it's just I just think that Bongino was just like, no, we need to only deal with the facts. But again, I stick with this. We need to call out the bullshit. We need to go, no, this doesn't sound right. It could be this, it could be this. And I could be really far off. I won't say we, I will say me. I could be really far off. But the reality is we need to get this out there so people start questioning it as well. We need to hold the FBI accountable because they're not going to tell us shit. The Secret Service is not going to tell us shit. But we need to stay on them. We need to just start throwing out shit until they have no choice but to start discrediting. Because I'm going to tell you what, we're going to find out their lies when they try to discredit stuff. And that's how I judge a situation. Right. I don't judge the actual event. I will judge the response.
Yeah.
And so far the response
thing, I mean, that's like, why would you ever say that? Like, that's not part of your analysis.
Because she was guarding Cheetos before. I mean, seriously.
Right, but you would never say something like that. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, she needs to be removed from office.
Yeah, I'm not going to resign. Like, what the fuck? You just had the biggest failure of your life. Yeah, of course you need to resign.
The buck stops with me. Oh, yeah, I'm not.
Okay, yeah, what the fuck?
What? Oh, Jesus Christ. But did you see where she was this week?
She's at the RNC.
Oh, she wasn't in her office doing an investigation, helping out, trying to...
She was at the convention.
Oh, she was at the convention. What happened at the convention?
Well, there was a guy with a knife that tried to stab someone and they shot him.
Oh, that was outside, though. That's Milwaukee,
yeah,
dude.
But, I mean...
It was like 3 blocks away.
But she was there. Maybe she was the shooter. You never... I don't know.
No, she did get... She was trying to outrun some senators, and they're like, nope. They're just like, what about this? What about this? No, she should have been doing it. She should have been investigating her. She should have been doing her fucking job. She needs to be removed.
Well, she has been doing her job.
And wait, so the fat chick with the bun that can't control her gun that was hiding?
Yeah.
Did she still have a job?
Probably.
What? But she was hiding when she should have been doing something.
Oh my God!
She's a woman.
I don't know if it was the same girl or not. But when Trump ducked down and like the guys swarmed the stage, like the female service member was like behind Trump, crouching her like. Yeah. What are you doing? She
was making herself small as possible to make her a target. Oh wait, no, she would have to be big to be a target. I don't know. But that's the thing. Trump never should have been on stage in the first place.
No, they should have shut it down. Like there's a suspicious guy with a rifle. Get the asset out of the way.
So for 26 minutes, they knew there was a guy there with a rifle.
Yeah.
And a rangefinder.
Yeah.
And maybe or maybe not a ladder. And they still let Trump go on stage.
Yeah, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
And wait, hold on a second though. So when he ducked down, you saw that little banner on the front, the little thing he ducked behind?
Yeah.
That's bulletproof.
Okay.
They had an unprotected roof to his right at 150 yards.
Yeah.
Did you notice that bulletproof barrier was straight and never curved in.
Right.
Shouldn't it have curved in? Well, I mean, if it curved in, it could have maybe helped him. But no. But see, that's the thing. I mean, the reason I'm a conspiracy theorist is when shit doesn't make sense, it needs to be called out. Nothing that happened that day made sense. Oh, no, there was one thing. Trump was bashing Biden's immigration policy. That makes fucking sense. Nothing else does. And we lost an American hero, fire chief. He was, I believe, ex-military. We're hearing nothing. He was crouching over his family.
Yeah.
And he died and more than likely weighted down his family. And we're hearing nothing about where the bullet came from. Was this guy the shooter? We want answers. And we're not a big enough podcast yet. God help you, government, if we ever get that big.
God help us.
Because I will do a live event in front of the fucking White House, in front of Congress. I don't care. We want answers. We are the American people. You work for us. We are the drivers. You are the car. And we want to know what's going on. And this is ridiculous. And how do we know it's not going to happen again?
It will happen again. They can't let him win.
It's a little bit of a conspiracy theorist coming out in you. I'm rubbing off on you.
No, it's
the hillbilly in the room's rubbing off on you.
I don't think they'll. Well, they might succeed. I mean, you never know. But like,
yeah,
they can't let him win. Like it's.
I know. That's been my whole position.
Well, okay, but your position is like, oh, they're these super secret evil geniuses, and they have these like 12th level 40 chess plans, and like I'm like, no, they just can't let him win, and they're gonna throw everything at the wall and hope something sticks.
And so far, nothing has stuck.
Oh yeah, but if they had a fucking plan, maybe they would have got something done.
Oh, they had a plan. It's just they're incompetent.
They had no plan.
Oh, come on. They had the guy in the water tower. They had the dude on the road.
If they called me up and said, hey, Dave, here's like $3 billion. Can you give us a plan to get rid of Trump?
Absolutely
I would have had that
not.
shit done.
No way. I will not do that.
I would have had that shit done. For $3 billion? Fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'll sit through 4 more years of Joe Biden for $3 billion.
That's his opinion, not mine.
And I wouldn't kill Trump. I would just make him lose. Why kill him? That makes him a martyr. Make him lose. Just make him lose. I would absolutely do that for $3 billion. Democrats, give me a call.
That is not a Canary Cage podcast comment. That is Dave's only.
Stop flailing in the wind with no fucking plan like a bunch of idiots.
I want Trump to live. I want him to win.
Of course, I guarantee he will survive. Okay. And no injury at all. No injury, nothing.
Did you watch the speeches last night?
No, I didn't watch that shit.
You didn't watch JD Vance?
Nope.
So Trump brought up his granddaughter.
Yeah, I saw that. But I didn't watch.
She was amazing.
Yeah.
She's
how old is she? She's got to be
16 or 17.
16,
okay. She's at that age to be in front of that crowd at a microphone. She was amazing. I actually rewatched it because I heard it on the radio last night. I rewatched it, in the video, and good for her. Oh, speaking of her dad is Don Jr., by the way.
Okay.
And I know you're probably not going to like this one. But I'm kind of hoping maybe one of the deals worked out with JD Vance is that in 4 years, JD Vance can run for president and Don Jr. will be his vice president, his VP. I want to see Don Jr. come in politics. I've never been a fan of his because I didn't know much about him. But ever since, I don't even think during Trump's presidency, he was out and about, but he was, this dude is on fire.
See, I don't think we want to go down that route because... Like, that's a whole other dynasty, right? We don't want Bushes. We don't, yeah.
Yeah, but in all honesty, whatever people think of Trump, we all have to agree, and you probably won't, but that's okay. Trump has the best intentions of the country in mind. It's, he cares about other people.
Yeah, I think...
He's got an ego, and he's feeding his ego. I don't discount that.
The problem is, like, he doesn't, like, even if he intends that, like, he's just not smart enough to know which of his policies are good and which are bad. And, like, he's not going to listen to reason.
But what president... No, see, that's where I disagree with you. JD Vance... I'm surprised you haven't brought this up yet. JD Vance was a anti-Trumpster.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah, so just the fact that Trump picked him... I know they kissed and made up or whatever.
That's another fake... I think that's fake. JD Vance is faking it.
This was done in, like, 2016, 2017.
Okay, still fake. He faked the whole thing.
So this was their plan. They're gonna go, okay, so you call me, you come out against me. I'm gonna have the election stolen from me in 2020, and in 2024 I'm gonna pick you as vice president.
Get the fuck out of here!
I mean, what kind of plan was that? I mean, that's the long con right there. They're playing this shit out.
I'm sorry, he's a slimy snake. He's saying what he needs to say to get into power.
I mean,
and like Trump's falling for it. I don't get why Trump hasn't learned a thing.
He is not establishment. He's not a rhino.
I'm pretty sure he is.
He's got a Liberty score of 93. Mance has a Liberty score of 96, and Rand Paul's a Liberty score of 100.
From who?
The Liberty score. There's a rating of Liberty scores.
Yeah, but from who? Who's making these scores? I didn't score anybody.
It's the conservative website that rates.
Conservative website. So what the fuck would they know about liberty?
Oh.
Really? He hates abortion. He's really liberty.
You know what? They got Rand Paul at 100. So
okay,
I'm good. But I mean, I actually don't know who runs the Liberty website. I assume it's conservative, but they do both sides. And there's a lot of Republicans out there that got under 50%. And so I mean, when I look at the Liberty scores, I go, okay, I go along with what you say. You put Rand Paul at 100, I'm already in. I'm in because you're not lying, you're not manipulating. Rand Paul is an amazing guy. I'd like to see him as president, but no one's ever going to put Rand Paul as president.
Right.
That should have been Trump's VP pick, but
I don't think he would have accepted.
Probably not. But because he should be a future president. But what are you going to do? Maybe when I run for president, I'll have Rand Paul as. Oh no, I'm working on it. I mean, after Chase Oliver, I mean, it's going to be easy for me to get the Libertarian nomination, right? You guys picked an idiot. Now pick somebody who's less of an idiot. I'm still an idiot, but just less. I don't know. But no, I just hope this works out and Trump gets in. And I hope that motherfucker comes in with a sledgehammer. Just swing it.
I don't know, man. Like the whole God, I can't remember the guy's fucking name. Goldman Sachs.
Well, yeah, I would want to see some of his history. What has he done? I mean, he may not be. I mean, he's a banker, so he's already on my short list.
Yeah, I mean, like, oh my God, Treasury Secretary, like. You got it. That's where you're. So Trump promised a libertarian cabinet, right? That's the most important part.
That would be a good libertarian pick. But right? I mean, keep in mind, Trump could be saying stuff just to get down the road to the election.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see who he actually picks. Trump's not a dumb guy. He's a smart guy.
I don't think he's that smart.
He's a bit of a thug, but I like the thug.
I don't think he's that smart. I think he's good at deal making. He's brilliant at deal making. Look at him that. Right? He can sit down with Putin and Kim Jong Un and fucking like. They're sucking his toes for some reason.
So somebody in his speech last night, I was driving, so I didn't get a chance to see who said it. But he said it at the speech at the RNC, and he said he said Trump had told Putin that if you do this, I'm going to take the roofs off the Kremlin. Now, if that actually happened, that's badass. Oh wait, something else that. Oh my God, if I was like Trump's advisor, it would have been horrible, it would have been tough, but I would have made him do it. So he gets shot on stage. He goes down. He goes to the hospital. His ear got shot. So he was shot, face shot, head shot, however you want to call it. But there was something else going on that night, and that was a UFC event.
Yeah.
It was in Denver. Yeah. So Dana White wasn't there. But if that son of a bitch would have showed up,
he didn't show up.
No, he didn't go. It was Dana White.
Well, they said he was going to... Oh, Dana White.
Dana White said, he goes, I'm not there, so Trump won't show up.
Oh, okay.
He goes, he only shows up to events I'm at.
Yeah.
But if he would have redirected his flight, get me to fucking Denver now.
Right.
And he marched into that stadium, that roof would have came off of that place.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, and he would have been the biggest badass ever.
I think he was anyway.
No, I know, but add that to another level. Hey, I was just shot in the fucking head, and I'm here. I'm here to fight for you guys. Oh, and what do you think about that? They're trying to ban that picture. Wait,
what? What do you mean ban?
The picture of the American flag, the Secret Service, and him like fight.
Yeah.
They want that picture removed.
Who's they? What are you talking about?
The Democrats and the media.
Well, you can't.
Elon Musk. No. They have scrubbed a bunch of shit off the internet.
It's everywhere.
Right, but they're trying to downplay. They're no. Look what Elon Musk did.
Hashtag I saw that. Yeah.
But also hashtag Trump 2024.
What does that do?
Oh, check this out.
Is that an American flag? I can't tell.
It's an American flag. So I'm dropping down the whole screen.
What? Oh, you have to type it? I'm not gonna hit enter.
Well, it's hashtag Trump 2024. So it looks like Elon Musk up some possible Easter eggs. Is that the proper term for this?
Yeah, that sounds right.
With some hashtags. So if you click on them, it brings up the picture of him in the American flag, saying "fight, fight." The other one just drops American flags down the screen. So so Elon Musk is I dig him, man. I dig him too, and he's in a fight with Newsom right now.
He's leaving California.
He's pulling everything out of California. I didn't get a chance to find out how much California's going to lose from this, but they're going to lose a lot. Shit ton.
And some dumbass in San Francisco was saying how it's a good thing.
Oh, it is a good thing.
No, a good thing for California.
Yeah, good. Okay. All right. I mean, if you want homelessness and crime and rampant whatever, it is a good thing. I'd like to find that guy in about a year and ask him again.
Right. That's exactly what I posted. I posted that exact thing. So I said 5 years, but yeah.
Okay. No, it's not good. Well, okay, so let's go into that conversation, I guess. So do we agree Biden is off the ticket? Or not?
I don't know if he's off the ticket, but he can't win. There's no way he can win.
Okay. I mean, now Schumer's in it, Pelosi's in it.
Yeah. The thing is that they need someone to replace him. Like they don't have anybody.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Harris could fall in. Well, Harris has to stay on the ticket.
She polls worse than Trump, or than Biden does.
I want to see a debate with either her and Trump or her and Vance.
Yeah, that would be hilarious.
She's never ran for political office outside of California.
Right.
Because she tried running for president.
Yeah.
And she pulled up for the Iowa caucus.
Yeah.
So technically, she didn't even have primary votes. I think she got some votes, but she was already off. I want to see her debate. Come on, Harris, get out there.
They were saying, so like her fans, I don't know, like her 5 fans or whoever, they were saying they can't wait to see her debate because she's going to steamroll JD Vance. I'm like, what the fuck? And the top reply was, oh yeah, post her favorite speech.
Wait, it was, I know the date on this one. No, that wasn't her.
Or post your favorite speech of hers.
Could she be on her knees when she gave it? I mean, that's how she. No, I mean that's fair. I mean that's how she got into politics.
She can't do that in the debate though.
Oh, she can suck somebody off in the debate.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that. I'm not gonna. I want to tune out.
Oh, I would probably watch it. I've been running that into that thing, but I don't want to see her. But I mean, that's how she got into politics.
Well, yeah.
Okay, we're going down a weird road. So let's just say hypothetically, Joe Biden's done in the next week or two.
Okay.
What happens? So Harris stays on the ticket, but we don't know what position. Yeah. What do you think happens?
I mean, they're going to lose. Doesn't matter. They're going to lose,
but they got to do something that makes them think they're going to win. So they move Harris up to the pres. They keep her at VP.
I have no idea. Oh, like, it's just. I mean, I'm trying to put myself in their position. Right?
I know.
And like, what would I do? I'm like,
give up.
See you in 4 years. Like
white flag.
Yeah, see you in 4 years.
We're done. We concede to Trump.
Right, just concede right now.
Right, because that's the less embarrassing thing.
Keep the donation money for the next race.
Okay, so this was also... So you know what Russell Brand is?
Yeah.
Is it Brand or Brand?
Brand.
With
a D.
Okay, so he was interviewing Rudy Giuliani today.
Okay.
And it actually was a really good interview. Rudy Giuliani, I actually like him too. So, whatever he did in New York, I mean, whatever. I mean, he cleaned it up, but, I mean, some of the smut shops should have stayed, I guess. I mean, people have a right to smut. And he should have locked the homeless people in a big warehouse for 4 years during his term. But overall, I think he's a good guy. He's a good lawyer. He was like, he goes... I got the evidence that Pennsylvania cheated, and it was enough to overturn the election. Georgia cheated, and it was enough to overturn the election. I got proof that Michigan cheated. He goes, but I haven't quite got enough to say that it would have overturned the election results. And that he goes, if everyone wants to see them, I'll show them to him. He's like, the judges won't see them. He goes, the judges just shoot us down.
Right.
So I've always said I said they cheated that night because. Historically speaking, what happened that night had never happened before. There's too many anomalies in there. But they're going to cheat again. Actually...
they have to. They always cheat. That's part of the plan.
I believe it was Pennsylvania. No. It might have been... So one of the places that have lost a bunch of ballots, they had a machine printing out ballots. And they said the reason they had to lose those ballots because it was printed by a machine.
Yeah.
And it was those ballots that went Joe Biden, no down ticket. I mean, who votes?
Right.
I'm voting for the president. No down ticket.
Right. Why would you do that?
And there was a crap load of those. So I mean, so they're gonna. So how do they cheat now? I mean, what is their path
I mean,
to
like
victory?
they always have that going on, but like, how are you gonna? So that's why I made the prediction earlier in the year that Joe Biden wins by 440 million votes, right? Because they don't care how many people actually live in the country. It doesn't matter to them. They're going to cheat, and you're going to do nothing about it.
So they got the ballots from the illegal aliens or illegal immigrants, whatever. Some say it's 10 million, some say it's 15. I say it's 40, whatever. But so they're going to use those. But if 30% or 40% of the black vote goes to Trump, that's not going to be enough.
Dude, he might win the black vote. Like, this is absurd.
No, I love it. I love it. After that failed attempt, so not only is they trying to lock him up, now they're shooting at his ass.
Right.
The black people are like, "Yep, he's our man."
I know.
Good for you guys, man. I'm glad you're finally seeing the light and getting away from. Because I mean, the Democrat Party has abused the gay people, has abused any minority, women, blacks. They just abuse them. They only pull them out, shine them up when they need to talk about in the media with them. And go, hey, we support this. They never have done anything for those communities.
Well, so like, to be fair, like Republicans have been worse to them historically. So to all these groups.
Well, no, how?
Gay people. I mean, you already know the answer to
There's
that.
a huge gay Republican.
Yeah, but Republicans, remember, gay marriage. You can't have that. You can't have gay marriage.
See, that's why. Yeah.
In some states, like being gay was literally illegal.
But you do know about the log cabin Republicans.
Yeah,
Have I told you the story?
Fuck.
You know why they're called log cabin?
Yeah, you already went through this.
Did I say it on the podcast?
Yes,
or
I'm
at the
pretty
bar
sure you
when I
went
was
on a
drunk?
podcast.
All right, whatever. It was because Abraham Lincoln was born into log cabin. Like Abraham Lincoln was gay. Look it up. It's true. Sorry,
but the point is, like, so like you have these groups of people, and everyone was kind of like, "Fuck you. We don't give a fuck about you." And then the Democrats realized around the late 50s or in 60s,
all right,
like, oh, we can pander to these people. We can just lie to them, right? They have no home, no political home. We can just lie to them and say we're going to do something for them, and they'll vote for us. And it fucking worked, right? Every single group.
It worked for a while.
But Republicans, why didn't you figure this shit out? Like,
well, Vic Ramaswamy did. His speech last night was to all people, and he was very clear that this is for all different races, sects. He goes, he explained the Republican Party. He's like, we will embrace you. And they actually had the head of one of the big unions at the RNC.
Right, yeah.
And they asked him, he accepted. So the unions are slowly starting to turn. Hey, Canary union here in Vegas, you gonna do it, man? Come on, we're waiting for you.
Well, they also had like the opening prayer was done by a Sikh woman, right?
Oh, okay.
And then I think she was a porn star. They had a porn star speaker. I don't know if it's a porn star or OnlyFans or something like that. But you had these people that were upset.
That up.
Like, oh, we're traditional conservative Christians. You can't have these people. And everyone's like, dude, why are you pushing away voters?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Right? Like, you can be Christian all the fuck you want on your own personal time. That's not what politics is about.
You seen JD Vance's wife?
Yeah, she's a Hindu.
Yeah.
But they're going to deport her. Do you know that?
They can't.
Project 2025. It says.
Oh, yeah, the Project 2025. Holy shit.
A New Hampshire congresswoman, I think, said, like, if they win Project 2025, they're going to deport her. She was born in San Diego.
I know.
She's a fucking citizen, natural born. Idiots.
Is anybody falling for this Project 2025 thing?
I don't do.
It's not. I mean, it's online and people are talking, but no one's taking it serious.
No, it's a joke. It's a stupid joke.
It's a smear campaign. It's ridiculous. But even Kamala Harris is talking about it. See, that's the problem. She's an idiot.
Well, yeah.
And if you don't like calling you an idiot, I know you're not listening, but maybe this might get to you. I'll debate your ass. And I suck. I'm a good debater on shit that I know, but not in politics. But I challenge you to debate. I'm calling you out. Come on. This chair right here, Kamala Harris. Come on. You can get all three of our listeners. But they're loyal listeners.
Oh, man.
If you can embarrass me, you dumbass. Cackling, weird, laughing, dumbass saying. Yeah, I mean, the only reason she's different than Biden, because they both make dumb statements, you can actually understand hers. Oh, until she talks black. Have you heard her talking black?
No.
She doesn't do it very often. Well, it's like Hillary Clinton with the hot sauce.
Yeah.
She was talking black the other day.
Oh,
I don't think is she even black?
I think she's half black, half Indian.
there's a lot in that mix, which is fine. I mean, that's what America is. We're all mutts. Was that line from Bill Murray in Stripes? He's like, we're Americans, we're all mutts. Feel our noses, it's cold. Apparently, mutts have cold noses. But yeah, you're. Oh God, she can't. No, I do want her to run. Actually, Joe Biden should stay on the ticket because he was the one elected to fill that seat. Sorry, the elections, the primaries just ended. They literally.
Yeah, but if you 25th Amendment him, then you.
No. Then that's bullshit. Then that's voter manipulation. Because
that's all known ahead of time.
No, he was voted on by the Democrats in this country.
Doesn't matter.
He has to be on that ballot.
No, he doesn't.
I know.
If you read,
he should be.
Because there's always things that can happen.
So,
like if Trump got shot in the head and then he's brain dead, you have to replace him.
But that's different though. So the primaries pretty much slowly started in January, picked up in March, and I believe they all ended in June. So in a 6-month window, just last month it ended. They all voted Biden in.
I understand that, but you always have to have a contingency.
Did he make a drastic turn in the last 30 days?
It doesn't matter.
No,
there always has to be a contingency. It just has to be.
Nope, he didn't change.
Of course there does.
Nothing changed.
That doesn't matter.
Keep that bumbling, stumbling old man on the ballot.
You can't write that in the law.
But if you are going to remove him, do it, but put Kamala Harris in the same spot. Because I seriously want to see Trump go after her. And I want to see the 2016 Trump debate her.
Yeah, you can't be quiet with her.
Wait, does he have a nickname for her yet?
Cackling Kamala, maybe?
Is that what it is?
That's what I would pick.
Okay. Actually, what's funny is Trump picked up Gruesome Newsom, but he got that from Jules from the Litter Box podcast. Because she lives in L.A. She lives in Hollywood, actually. Yeah. And she's very outspoken against Gruesome Newsom. And that's what she calls him, and Trump picked it up. But then again, Cat Turd has now become friends with Trump, so maybe that's where they got it from. And now he stole it. I mean, I'm sure she willingly gave it to him. Because it's funny, because he is Gruesome Newsom. Jesus. All right, I think we're pretty much at our time for our banter of political ridiculousness. You got your thing?
Yes, I do.
All right.
So I want to get into more detail about Monero mining. So on the Monero show, I know we talked about the fact that Monero is pretty much unique among crypto in that it's designed to be mined on consumer-grade hardware. So just your regular PC, laptop, whatever. So there's a nice app, and we actually talked about it for like 5 seconds on the original show.
Okay.
It's called Goopax. And what Goopax does is it's basically a one-click turnkey solution to get you up mining Monero.
Okay.
So what you would want to do is the more powerful your PC is, the more you're going to mine. Okay. So like you want to get a nice beefy PC, put it in the corner somewhere, and then load Goopax. And what that's going to do is it's going to download the Monero node. And it's going to set it up for you. And then that's going to download the whole blockchain, which is, I think, for 500, 600 gigs about right now.
Okay.
So it's perfectly reasonable on a normal hard drive size. So it's going to do that for you. Once that's done, it's going to download, it's called P2 Pool. And so, like, one thing people do when mining crypto is they join a pool.
Okay.
So, like, a pool is we mine together, and then we share the rewards based on our proportion.
Yeah.
But in a traditional pool, it's one guy running it, and then he decides how to dole out the rewards. So, like, he could cheat. Right?
Yeah, I was going to say that seems sketch.
But with traditional crypto, you don't really have a choice. So you can either mine by yourself and hope to get lucky, which is like playing the lottery, essentially, or you can join a pool and trust the guy running the pool.
Okay.
So P2 Pool is actually software where you don't have to trust anybody.
Oh.
So, like, you have a pool of miners, and when that pool gets a reward, the reward is automatically chopped up amongst everyone else, and it's done in a way where you don't have to trust anybody. And I don't understand the math. I can't explain it to you, but I'm on it, so it works great. And you know, there's no downside. So Goopax, after your node set up, it'll set up P2 Pool for you. Okay, then the next thing it'll do is it'll join a raffle. So we talked about the raffle a little bit on the show, but I want to get more detailed. So there's a community member who goes by XMR VS Beast. And he must be super rich or something because I think he owns a server farm.
Well, his name is Beast, so I mean, okay.
I think he owns a server farm, and like he just mines fuckloads of Monero. That's all he does, and I'm pretty sure that's his living.
Really?
Yeah. As far as I know, I mean, like he's a secretive guy. He doesn't really talk about his personal life.
Okay, fair enough.
But so he runs a raffle, and every hour he picks a different person to give some of his hash rate to.
Okay.
And when you win, like you get a lot more reward, like a shitload of more rewards.
Oh, okay.
So what this Goopax does is it automatically enrolls you in the raffle, and so the way the raffle works is just by default, if all you do is join, you get essentially one ticket.
Okay.
And then you can also donate some of your hash rate back to the raffle.
Oh, okay.
And the more you donate, the more tickets you get, essentially.
Interesting.
So Goopax will figure out how much hash rate you can donate and still have a reasonable rate for yourself, and it'll donate that maximum to maximize your raffle rewards. So I'll have the link on the. Actually, the link's already on the website.
Okay. No, that's cool. I like that.
Again, so it's all one click though. So right, like you don't got to know how to set shit up. Like on my box, I set it all up manually.
So I could figure it out.
So you can figure it out, right? So if you wanted to buy a nice beefy desktop box, you could just load Goopax, click go, and then boom, you're mining Monero.
Woo!
So yeah, everyone should go out there and get it. Join the raffle. It's a strictly plus EV raffle. So whatever you donate to the raffle, you will always get back more every time you win.
Okay.
So it's literally impossible to lose doing this. And I wrote some code for it that determines estimated yearly rewards.
Okay.
So people that donate at my level can get an extra 7 Monero per year. And then there's higher levels where you can get like 150 Monero per year.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's well worth it.
1 Monero equivalent to a US dollar, right?
1 Monero is about like 160 right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you got 150 extra Monero every year,
yeah,
that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
What else did I want to say? Yeah, I mean, any other questions?
No, I mean, that kind of stuff is confusing for me, and I'm sure that some of the listeners understand a lot better than I do because we're on the dark web. But yeah, no, but I am learning a lot. I'm not really ready to make that leap into crypto yet. Because I mean I'm a doomsdayer and a conspiracy theorist and can't get my shit off the computer if there's no power, even though I got my generators.
We'll have power.
I don't know. So okay. So what do you think? Okay, are you done? I don't want to.
Yeah, unless you have any other questions. Yeah.
So I wasn't going to talk about this because I actually didn't think about it until now. What do you think the October surprise is going to be?
October surprise?
There's always every election. There's always an October surprise. Last time in 2020 it was Hunter Biden's laptop.
Yeah.
So what do you think it's going to be this time?
I have no. I mean,
on the Democrat side, I think it's going to be war somewhere. It could be war here in the country with the legal immigrants.
I don't even want to think about this yet.
The UN army that came across our border, or it could be with Russia, China, or both of them, and Iran. But
Reichstag fire.
Who?
Reichstag fire.
Oh, whoa! What's
you ever heard of the Reichstag fire?
No.
That's how Hitler came to power. In Germany. So like they set fire to the Reichstag, which was their Congress essentially.
Yeah.
And it happened in the middle of the night. No one knows who did it. They blamed it on communists, which I don't know if communists did it or not. Who the fuck knows? But like that's how they consolidated power and Hitler took over.
Yeah, no, I mean it just kind of goes with the whole Ukraine thing because they're in war. Zelensky, I can't have an election because there's a war going on. I have a feeling we're going to be doing something like that.
I don't know if that'll fly here.
I mean, what are you going to
do? Just ignore what Joe Biden says and have
martial law.
Huh?
Martial law.
Who's going to obey that?
The cops have to enforce martial law.
No, they don't. They're not going to obey. They might obey in the cities, but they're not going to obey everywhere.
No, they won't. The sheriffs will not, and I agree with that. But if there's no place to go to vote, what are you going to go to vote? You're going to write a piece of paper.
They sent me a mail-in ballot. I can just mail it back.
Oh, that's diabolical. We got them. I think we got them. That's what we do. Everybody do that. All right. So actually, what I want to talk about this week is I think I talked about a little bit last week. Is distilling.
Yes.
You posted an article that Texas is trying to legalize. 7 other states.
Not trying to. They won the court case.
Right, but has it been officially legal now to distill in Texas?
Everywhere. So there's a federal court.
Okay, that's still not really got mainstream yet, so I am kind of watching out for that. But currently, there are 7 states that allow distilling.
Okay.
I didn't know that until I started researching this, because I'm more of a distiller, and not really caring about the legality of it. Because I don't break the law or anything, but what happens in my house, my business, not the government's. Do you know why moonshine is what's the difference between moonshine and whiskey?
Isn't moonshine made from potatoes and it's just pure alcohol essentially?
Don't listen to Dave.
I don't drink.
No, I know. No, actually, it's real simple. You pay taxes on spirits. You don't pay taxes on moonshine.
Okay.
That's the main difference.
Well, I've seen moonshine in bars. I assume they pay taxes on that.
That's been a more recent event, and that's just more of marketing. Because everyone wants moonshine, but real moonshine is made, I don't want to say in the hills of Kentucky or West Virginia. It's made in your house, it's made in your backyard, but the government has no control over it. I'm not advocating anybody start distilling unless you live in a state that allows it. I think it's Alaska, Arkansas.
Well, we all do now.
Well, I need to see that in writing before. but the reality is, if you make it, don't sell it, because that's when the government will come after you if they find out. But liquor is one of the great things of distilling. It really is. It's fun. I don't want to tell you how to distill, because I want you to find out on your own, because it would be and maybe we will at some point hold a class on how to do it. But it's not legal in Nevada. So maybe, Arizona was it. Maybe we're doing it on site in Arizona. I can distill in Arizona.
I'm pretty sure it's legal now everywhere.
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's what that
the reality is I'm not an expert in distilling. I can distill, but there's some, there's videos online that will help you. There's classes you can take. So get into it, look into it. Alcohol is the number one reason people distill, but there really is better reasons to do it. You can distill your water. When you distill your water, it takes 95% of the impurities out.
Yeah, you can distill anything. Anything that's liquid.
You can distill honey. I never knew that until I started researching this. You would use it in like a mead or a cider. Huh. Which I will be doing in the very, very, very near future, because I'm a huge advocate of honey. And
maybe that can be your gift for the cookout.
There you barbecue. Go. But now, the problem with distilling honey is you will lose the medicinal values of honey.
Yes.
As soon as you go above 180, as soon as honey goes above 180, it's all gone. But then you get alcohol. So fixes other problems. Alcohol, Homer Simpson, alcohol, the cause and solution to all my problems.
Yep. But you know what else you can distill is gasoline.
You can
you put some crude
distill. You can make gasoline.
Well, you make gasoline.
You can't distill
gasoline. Yeah, you put crude oil in there, and then you can get gasoline out of it.
Well, actually, you can make ethanol.
Yeah,
which is a version of gasoline.
That's alcohol.
But you can just do that with corn.
Yeah. Well, ethanol is moonshine.
Right, but there's so with moonshine you get the heads, the hearts, the tails. You don't want to touch the heads. Pull your heads off. You drink the hearts, and you start watching your tails, and you pull the tails once your ABV starts dropping down. You pull the tails, and actually then you finish your run, and you use your tails later on. But the heads, that is your ethanol. This whole theory that you'll go blind from drinking moonshine. Yes, it can happen, but it's not like one sip. Oh my God, I'm blind.
Well, so I'm pretty sure that you go blind from methanol, not ethanol.
And it's the higher level. It's the head stuff.
Okay, but there's methanol is like wood alcohol.
Okay.
Like if you distilled wood grain, like you mash up wood, and you distill that turns into methanol.
I've actually never heard that.
Yeah. So that's what they put in mouthwash. So you can't buy mouthwash and get drunk off of it. And a lot of these, and so like methanol hits you harder. So a lot of the bathtub, goofballs,
bathtub gin,
they would put methanol in there to essentially cut the moonshine.
Yeah.
And that's how people were going blind. So like if you're doing this yourself and you're like not a dickhead and you're not trying to make a profit off of losers.
Pull your heads off, and whether it's good or bad for you, it's off flavors. It's not something you want to mix into your batch. And they actually have a nice thing now for stills called the Parrot, and the Parrot basically Okay, so when you have a still, there's stainless steel stills out there, and they're actually really good stills. But the thing is, you need copper at some point in your still because the copper reacts with the liquor, and it helps purify it and make it a better liquor. Where if you buy the Parrot, you put that at the end of your run that's made of copper. You've got your hydrometer in there, and you can easily tell when you go from heads to hearts to tails, and you know when to pull it and when to keep going. But I don't want to just discuss about liquor because you can make the water is important to distill. Apparently, you can distill carrots. You can mush them and liquefy them. Apparently,
wouldn't that just make more alcohol?
Well, no, it's actually for a wine. So I never knew this because wine you don't typically distill for it, but you can, and that's something else I'm going to look into. Huh. But there's also you can distill vinegar, and vinegar you can have it as a clean solution for your house. You can have it for medicinal purposes. There's a lot of medicinal purposes in distilling vinegar. You can distill and make a sanitizer as well, so you can sanitize stuff. So there is more benefits to distilling than just getting drunk or just enjoying the liquor. But also, if you're going to learn to distill, learn until you've had some alcohol that's not cut your alcohol with some nice spring water or something. It comes off the still anywhere between like 100 and 150 proof. So I can handle that because I've had it before, and you can actually buy whiskey at the store that has that high of a rating. But the reality is, it tastes like fire. If you want to know what fire tastes like, but it's actually really good because the second sip, it goes out nice and smooth because your taste buds are gone at that point, or just temporarily numbed. But look into the benefits of distilling because there's a lot more involved in it than just making liquor. So if you're going to do different stuff with distilling, buy different stills. You want to keep your stills to certain things. Yeah.
You don't want to mix your gasoline and your.
Well, I can pour my whiskey into my truck and we'll go right down the road until it blows up. But no, you can, because the other thing you can do, and this has always been my joke if someone sees my still or if I mention I have a still, I go, oh, I only use it for extracting essential oils out of flowers, which you can do. I don't do that, but you can. But you don't want to use the same still for that kind of stuff. So kind of look into it, kind of learn some stuff about it. It's actually kind of fun. And if you truly want to get into it, maybe start making beer first because the process is the same in a lot of ways, and it's a lot less. A still's not going to blow up unless you're a complete idiot. So this whole government scare tactic of you're going to go blind, you're going to blow your house up. You're not. Pay attention. And just do it the right way. So get some classes. Once you start distilling, you want to bring it up. Have a low flame, bring it up nice and slow. You'll get a nice flavor in your liquor. But just kind of go over the different things. There's books. I'm sure I got a book up here, right here. There's even this book right here. Recipes, tall tales, and drinking songs. So once you make your recipe. You start getting drunk. You can tell your tall tales, and then have a fucking sing along. Actually, I did not know that was on there. Recovering even tells you how to recover the next day, but it's not recovering. It's recovering the next day. We in the South we don't use our G's. We're not we don't find a need for the G. Pleasing the law, so it tells you even how you get around that. Buy a book, read it, watch a video. There's stores even here in Vegas that sell stills and sells the supplies you need. It's a fun hobby. Do it with the kids. What? You're extracting essential oil out of flowers. Everyone likes essential oil out of flowers. So just look into it. It's something fun. You get a nice reward for it if you do the liquor, but if you also do medicine, you can also make some. The base of a lot of medicines are distilled liquor, distilled spirits, or distilled something.
Yeah, cough medicine.
And there's, I brought it up before. There's a recipe that you can make your own cough medicine.
Or vanilla extract. Yeah, or any other like almond extract, all that stuff. Yeah, that's
all been distilled.
Pure alcohol with the flavors.
Yep. And I prefer the alcohol without the flavors, but you never
down a fucking thing of vanilla extract.
No, I can't do that. I made a vanilla milkshake. I put too much vanilla extract in. I'm like, okay, didn't mean to do that.
Can't do that.
But there are numerous things you can do with distilling. So just try it sometime. But again, if you want to start slow, do home brewing first with beer. That's completely legal. And you can kind of learn the process. And you'll find where the cutoff point is, where you go for beer or you go for liquor. Enjoy it. So I think I'm done. You're done.
Just a reminder, the September 21st, Canary in the Cage, harvest time. It's right after the harvest moon. That's why I planned that.
Oh, the harvest party.
Barbecue and pool party in Vegas. And Dark Web people, you guys can also come and maintain your anonymity. Like you don't have to give us your name or anything.
Wear a baseball hat, some sunglasses. We won't know little whatever he's wearing.
Everyone, RSVP.
You got plenty of time to make trips to Vegas, where you're like 2 blocks off the strip.
Yep, something like that.
So there you go. I mean, you can go gambling and everything. Enjoy the strip and take your pictures with some girls with flowers on them. Don't do that. Don't do that. They're going to charge like $100.
They can't make you pay.
Just you got to run from them because they'll chase you. and then the fat Elvis is going to start chasing you. And then the midget Elvis is going to start chasing you.
Iron Man's out there.
Iron Man. Yeah. I think he probably has a hard time running in the costume.
You just shoot the missile.
Oh shit! So. Just don't utilize those women. But yeah, you got plenty of time to book travel. It will be fun. We will enjoy ourselves.
Oh yeah.
And the other thing you need to remember is there was a second shooter in the Trump shooting. Watch for it. It's coming.
Nope.
You'll find out.
Nope.
It'll all be there. Come on, you got to admit, I'm not necessarily always 100% right, but a lot of my shit's in the 60-70% right.
Yeah, but this one,
the second shooter. Potentially on the water tower.
No.
Although I would have picked the billboard, the billboards, but whatever. Whatever the fuck they are, I don't care. All right, everybody, have a good night. I hope you enjoyed this. And
see you next week.
See you next week. Thank you for joining us at the Canary in the Cage podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share us to help build the community.
You can find us at Odyssey, Rumble, YouTube, or your favorite podcast app. And even on the dark web at I2P.
Thanks for listening and see you next time.